Yeah, like the other teenage boys who come and play with Wesley who like don't wear shirts basically. The
None
like
of them.
little twink boys. Like yeah, like 10-year-old Mike Jones was like, what's happening?
Well, also one of the twink boys definitely had a hairy chest, which was like a definite thing for me because I remember being like a kid and being like, I do not want a hairy chest. I do not want a hairy chest.
Oh.
Right? It was like a it
Well,
was
that
like a
didn't work out
thing
for
for
you.
like no, it sure didn't. And guess what? It's all fine. Like I'm definitely okay with it. Like, but as a child, I was like, that's a terrible thing to happen to a grown man. And then I was
That's
like,
amazing.
and I remember being like very embarrassed for that like teenage boy who had like a full hairy chest, which by the way, he
He
probably
was
was like
Really?
25.
he was probably proud of his hairy chest. Yeah, and yeah, he was probably like 25.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
what was it that made you feel that way about hairy chest? Is it because you hadn't like yet grown hair anywhere? So you're like, I'm supposed to be smooth like a dolphin for the rest of my life.
I don't know what it was. I don't know whether it was like sort of the sort of do we know about the uh as the international male aesthetic? Do you know about this?
Uh-huh.
Have we
Yes.
discussed this with you, Lanita? The sort of
What
like the
the
catalog
magazines
that
where they
The
come? Yes,
product catalog, yeah.
absolutely.
oh
Where
yes.
everyone's wearing lace or see-through and they are oiled
Yes.
and
Yeah.
plucked and
Pirate
Yes.
shirts
And I
and
think
yeah,
for a
yes.
lot of, I'm just going to speak in like broad generalizations here. I feel like
which I love.
gay men who are my age, like that was the first thing that you saw. Like, the whole, like the media everywhere, especially in like the 80s and 90s,
Yeah.
was full of women were being sexualized everywhere you looked. Women were being
Hmm.
objectified left and right. Whereas
Hmm.
to see like a man portrayed in that sort of objectified kind of sexualized way that was the only place where you could see that. And that
Yeah.
aesthetic was very sort of like smooth shaven bodybuilder. And I think that was just kind of the way that it was in the 80s and 90s, I think. I don't know. Either that, maybe it's because I grew up on swim team. I don't know. I have evolved into a broad appreciation of men and their body hair, not to worry. But as a sort of like, God, how what are you like 8 or 10 when I was 8 or 10 watching that? I don't know. I just remember being like what guy is Wesley's age and it's so hairy. Ah,
Um,
That's really interesting. I
isn't
can
it?
see how that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Mike. What were you
Yeah,
gonna
I
say?
mean, I think that there's like a very complicated